Boo! Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold stream. On today's stream, we are back with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and we are going to be playing the second stage of the Duelist Cup. As much as I'm willing to do, I have other work that I have been working on in the background. Hopefully y'all will see it soon, but there's new card artworks, PogChamp new card artworks, and new cards as well. Yeah, we gotta talk about these new cards, because they are... Well, I'm just going to show you, because, again, they're very, very cool. So, yeah, we have a whole slew of new cards and new artworks and all sorts of stuff like that. I mean, first and foremost, we got to talk about the fact that they are full artworks. They transcend the borders. Woo! Are we excited for this? Are we excited for this? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I personally prefer the artwork to stay within the border, because I think it looks nice. I personally prefer this artwork, and then the card text and all of that information is outside the artwork, and the artwork is the artwork, and it's that. That being said, so many people are fans of this style of artwork. They love the full arts, and I think it's a great addition to the game. I like having additional cards have alternate styles that you can pick up. That being said, every single one of these cards are in this style, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not alternate artworks so much as it is entirely this style. Which I don't dislike, but it would be nice to have options. I think having multiple options is better than just having that, like, one, you get this, right? Like, for example, I'm not nearly as big of a fan of the shininess of a card, but if you give me a different way that the card is drawn, a different artwork, a different style, a different what have you, I think it's great. So, overall, I think this is a phenomenal step in the right direction. Personally, it's not been something that I've necessarily cared about, but with the new alt arts and with the actual new, like, full artworks, which, by the way, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has some of the best artwork in all of any card game ever. Like, I mean, look at my boy. Look at him go. He's so sick. Same with this one. Why? Why is it so good? Oh, it's so good. So, I'm not upset in any capacity. On top of that, all of these are new cards, which are all really sick. They're so sick, dude. So yeah, we're just gonna go through them. First and foremost, I do want to notice, or I do want to know, we're actually getting apparently chibi artworks, which is hilarious. But yeah, apparently in Japan, they've confirmed for the next set that there will be chibi artworks for Madame Vere, Zeus, Albaz, and Ecclesia, which is, honestly, this is what I want. This style of, like, new artworks, this is the rarity system that I want. Don't give me freaking, oh, here's a slightly shinier card, or here's how the shine shines and shine shiny. I am not a crow. I do not see shiny and go, up, must have. This is what I want. New artworks, new styles, new variations. It's not just, here's an alt art. It's, here is a chibi version of the artwork. Here is a, I don't know, a robot version or something. Like, that would be so sick. And honestly, I love this. This is a great addition to the game. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Moving on from chibi artworks, which is very funny, by the way. Very funny. Let's actually talk about the new cards. Can't believe it took him this long to bother retraining the MC/antagonist main monsters. Yeah. Okay, there is some merit to having specifically vanilla monsters as the monsters, right? Like, there is something special about summoning Blue Eyes, White Dragon, the OG, the classic, as a vanilla monster. I think that is There's something there. There's something special about that. That being said, it's so baffling to me that they have never made them meta outside of Blue Eyes. And actually, no, more recently, they also had Yubel. But for so long, for countless aeons, with regards to Yu-Gi-Oh! Metas, there was like 3 playable protagonist and or rival decks. And I say decks, but let's be honest, it was like individual cards. It's like Blue Eyes has been meta, right? I guess you could technically say like Hero has been meta as well, but I was gonna say like Firewall has been meta, Stardust has been meta. Like a few of the cards have been good, but it's kind of baffling to see that like all of these fan favorite archetypes and cards and strategies are not what's running tournaments, and you have like Ryzeal and stuff like that. And as much as I love the Ryzeals and Zodiacs and Tearlaments of Yu-Gi-Oh, I feel like you gotta have at least one of these be meta, right? As long as they're not Yubel, because me and my homies hate Yubel, and that was a terrible deck that should never have existed, at least in that capacity. That was awful. Anyway, we have some new. We have so many new cards. It's actually insane. Dark Magician, the Pharaoh's Servant, is a level 7 Dark Spellcaster effect monster with 25/21. You can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn, and only once that turn. This card's name becomes Dark Magician. Oh, sorry, you can only use one of the second and third effects. This card's name becomes Dark Magician while on the field or in the grave. Good. That's nice. It's sad that it's not Dark Magician in the hand. However, it doesn't matter nearly as much because 2, you can reveal a spell in your hand to special summon this card from your hand, then set a spell trap that mentions Dark Magician from your deck. This card's crazy. This is exactly the style of card that Dark Magician needed. Not just like spellcaster slop, but like here is a card that specifically helps you to get additional Dark Magician cards in rotation. It utilizes spells to do additional things and power up your monsters, just like how Dark Magician and Yugi and all of that does. It's really, really cool. On top of that, it has an effect where you can discard a spell to Harpy's Feather Duster. Why does it have that last effect? It doesn't need that last effect, but alas, it does, because for some reason they're like, fuck back row. Why do you need back row? Heaven forbid you have a trap card. Die. I hate it. It's very stupid. Stop printing shit like this. It's so dumb. It's like my #1 pet peeve. Every single card known to man just needs to have some sort of back row removal. It's so frustrating. Oh. Like, I swear there are more of these, like, back row removal style effects than there are monster removal effects. Why? They basically put Dark Magic Attack on the Dark Magician. Yeah, that's pretty much what they did. Now, to be fair, thematically, it makes sense. However, I cannot tell you how frustrating board wipes are, period. I don't like it. Board wipes are not fun, period. Regardless of how you accomplish them, they're just annoying. Stop printing board wipes, period, in any of your games. They're so lame. They're so boring. Come up with something cool. There's like a million ways to remove cards in this game. Stop printing Raigeki. I don't like it. It's boring. It's not fun. Make it something interesting, at the very least. Make it nuke like half of the board. Just like, oh yeah, zones 1 through 3 or something like that. Or like the far left and the far right zones, or whatever it may be, right? Do something interesting with it. Do something with the concept. Don't just be like, ah, die. Ah. I hate it. It's so bad. Because it never feels good either way. I've never activated Raigeki and been like, that was satisfying. I've always been like, I don't know, I guess Raigeki, yeah, that sucks, dude. Your board's gone and I get to do whatever the fuck I choose. Hip hip hooray. Or it's like, here's Harpy's Feather Duster. Goodbye. So long. Your entire existence is gone. I hate it. It's so lame. Anyway, that's all. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Favorite hero, Shining Flare Wingman is the level 8 Light Warrior Fusion effect monster with 25/21. Why does it have 25? Doesn't this thing have like 27 or something like that? Shining. Oh no, he does have 25. I thought he had 27. I think it's because, doesn't he get a boost? Yeah, it's because he always gets a boost. So he's always like at minimum 28. That's what it is. Anyway. This card is always treated as an elemental hero card. Sure. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can shuffle 5 monsters from your grave into the deck, then draw 2. And if you do, this card gains 1,000. That is oh gosh, what a fucking horrible effect. However, if this card destroys a monster by battle and inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack, this card is terrible. Wow, this card's... Dark Magician got like one of the craziest cards that Dark Magician could ever have gotten. And then they were like, what if Hero got Pot of Avarice? Why? It's a super poly target? Yeah, whoop-de fucking do. Who cares? Oh. To be fair, super poly shouldn't exist. Let's be honest. Don't care. It doesn't matter. The effect is terrible. I guess, to be fair, this is technically generic. Now, how much does that matter? Not a lot. Because for the most part, this doesn't change anything. Right? Like, in terms of super poly targets, you still have the ability to fuse away 2 of your opponent's cards. Being able to potentially Pot of Avarice, which is highly unlikely that you would even be able to do that after super polying. But, like, sure, okay, I don't know. Who cares? Oh, yeah, this will likely see the most play, technically. However, that's only due to the fact that it's basically just Garura. 2. By the way, either remove Super Poly from the pool, or stop printing cards like this. Who the fuck wants to get Super Poly? That's so frustrating. It's so frustrating just having 2 of your guys removed with nothing you can say about it. It's just like, bap, bap, goodbye. They're gone. And you just die. You just die inside. It's... yeah, whatever. Just very silly. Very dumb. What a terrible card. Why do Hero get, like, the worst cards? Alright. We have Stardust Dragon Victim Sanctuary. That's what I call my basement. Level 8 Wind Dragon Synchro Effect Monster with 25 2000. Requires a tuner and a non-tuner. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. Also, you cannot activate them in the same chain. When your opponent activates a card or effect in response to the activation of your card or effect, tribute, negate, destroy. Cool. If your monster was tributed this turn, quick effect, you could banish this card from grave. If your monsters was tributed... okay. That's worded really weird. You can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon a Stardust Synchro monster from your extra deck. What? Oh, it's specials. It does not synchro. How much does that matter? Because that is insane. Synchro summon. Synchro summon. Synchro summon. You can summon Shooting Star. Whoa, or Satellite. No, you can't summon Satellite. I'm lying. Synchroed. You can summon this one. That one's not terrible. Must be synchroed. I mean, the notable ones are Stardust Warrior, and then, of course, Stardust Dragon, like the OG. You could also summon, like, Stardust Char. That doesn't do anything, I'm lying to you, because that's the on synchro. Yeah, none of the rest of these can be summoned off of that, because it is not a synchro. What does Warrior do? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a negate. During the player's turn, if your opponent would special summon a monster, you contribute to negate the summon if you do destroy the monster. That's what it is. Right. It is Steel Swarm Roach. Or Saravis. Yeah. That's probably what more people would know. I knew it was a negate of some kind. And then if this card battled, or is destroyed by battle, or if this face-up card you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon at 1 level 8 or lower warrior synchro monster from your extra deck as a special summon. So this one would allow you to also go into the Stardust Charge Warrior or something else of that nature. That's interesting. Because it basically turns into an Omni and an additional, either protection with like a Stardust Dragon, just like a regular Stardust Dragon, or an additional point of like an additional summon negate, which is kind of crazy. It's a pseudo Omni. Yeah, that's true. But it basically is an Omni. When your opponent activates a card or effect in response to the activation of your card or effect, it's basically an Omni. Let's be honest. Anyway, to be fair, the only decks that are realistically going to be using this are synchro decks that are already going to have like 10 other things. Right? They're already going to have Baron and you know, Crimson Dragon and 9 million cards in hand and like a full board and what have yous. So anyway, we have Utopia, the Envoy of Light, which is rank 4 light warrior effect monster, Xyz effect monster. 25 2000, requires 2 level 4s, cannot be destroyed by battle except with a number monster. That's funny. Quick effect, you can detach a material from this card and then target a monster your opponent controls. The first time it would be destroyed by battle or card effect. This turn it is not destroyed. Oh, you control, sorry. Sure, this is like easy Zeus fodder, kind of. When the second attack of this turn is declared, you can make this card gain 25, and if you do, it gains this effect. When this card destroys a monster by battle and says to the graveyard, you can special summon it to your field. Sure, I guess. Okay, this doesn't do anything. That's okay. Zexal sucks, so let's just move on. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon of the 4 Heavenly Dragons. Terrible name. Also, I have to say, all of these artworks thus far, phenomenal artworks. 10 out of 10. And then it was Arc V. Dude, Arc V has terrible cards. They just look like shit. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon is one of the worst protagonist cards I think I've ever seen. For any series ever at any point. Dude, this card is... Why Orb? Why? Why does he look like that? They don't really like Arc V. Me neither! Oh, anyway. It's a level 7 Dark Dragon Pendulum Xyz monster with a Pendulum Scale 4. They didn't change the scale. Cringe. 25 2000. Pendulum effect of you can only use the Pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy this card, and if you do, add a Pendulum monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. Also for the rest of this turn, unless you Pendulum summon after this effect resolves, you cannot activate monster effects on the field. Woof. That's still a crazy effect, though. Especially given the fact that you can Pendulum summon multiple times now. That's kind of crazy. Sure. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. This Pendulum summoned monster gains this effect. Gain attack equal to the difference between the Pendulum scales of the 2 cards in your Pendulum zone times 300. Okay. That's... Hold on. This feels like a ruling nightmare. How is this calculated? Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. It doesn't matter. He gains attack. It doesn't matter. Don't think about it. Any battle damage your opponent takes from battles involving this card is doubled. That's on the original one, right? And then if this card in the monster zone is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add it to your hand. Then if it was destroyed by your opponent, you could special summon it. Oh. Interesting. That's a pretty solid effect. Audis is the most unused protagonist ace monster ever. True. Sorry. Okay. The reason I said, how is this calculated, was not, oh, what's the number that you would multiply the 300 by? That was not my calculation concern. I was wondering, oh, is this something that is constantly updating with the scales of the pendulums, or is it something that is... And if so, if I only have the one pendulum, does it go back to 25? And, like, how is that consistently updated? I don't know. This feels like it is bound to be a frustrating nightmare. Just, like, trying to keep track of its attack stats. Anyway. At least in paper. I obviously online it's not going to be that big of a deal, but in paper, ooh, baby. Sorry, what's this attack stat? Sorry, it can't activate its effects because of Typhon. Son of a bitch. That's all. What are we saying? Decode Talker integration. It's a Link 3 Dark Cybers Link effect monster. This says 2300 attack, Link 3. And requires 2+ effect monsters. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card in the extra monster zone, this card in the extra monster zone gains 500 for every other Link monster on the field or in the graves. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Ew. Hooray, more Cybers slop. Oh, hooray. Also, quick fact, you contribute a monster this card points to send a Cybers monster from your extra deck to the grave. Also, you cannot. Also, this card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase this turn. Hooray. Ruling Nightmare is nothing new for pens. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm confused as to why they printed it. Stop printing terrible cards for pendulums. This Decode Talker might be worse than the OG. It is significantly better. Here's the thing. It sends a Cybers monster to the graveyard. 2 of them, technically. Also, yeah, it is another OTK option that's untargetable. Hooray. But also, you can send D-Save Worm. You could also send a myriad of other cards. There are so many Cybers monsters in the extra deck that it's not too surprising when like 90% of them have graveyard effects, right? Packbit you can send Wind Pegasus. Obviously you can send to Save Worm. You can send, I guess you can't really send that guy. I mean, those are mostly it, right? I guess you could send like a Coral Triangle, but you would never really do that. But you technically could, right? There's a few other things that I would imagine you'd be able to send as well. But it also allows you to like tribute a guy. And because it's that quick effect speed, it means you can tribute it in order to protect from like card destruction or something of that nature. So say, for example, I normal summon Diameter and they attempt to negate Diameter, I could just tribute it and protect. Granted, it's a Link 3, but still. It's mostly for that first effect of send a Cybers monster from extra deck to the grave. Wild. Oh, yeah. Is Ags? I don't think Ags is Cybers, is it? He is. Okay. I couldn't remember if it's Machine or Cybers. He is. Isn't it easier to go into Terahertz by that point? You could go into this and then into Terahertz. ¿Por qué no los dos? You have to tribute a guy? Who cares? It's Cybers. They have like 4 other guys that you could use. It's not that big of a deal to tribute a guy. It's like, oh no, I have to tribute a guy? Anyway, here's 9 other guys. Anyway, we have a few other cards that are not protagonist cards specifically. We have Underworld Circle, which is a continuous spell card. It says you can only activate one of this card's name per duel. Whoa. That means if you negate it, it dies, and you can't use it anymore. Activate this card if there are 5 or more monsters in each graveyard. Destroy as many monsters on the field as possible. Then each player banishes all monsters from their deck face down. Then you can special summon a normal monster from your grave. Okay. Once per turn during the standby phase, each player can special summon 1 monster from their grave, ignoring its summoning conditions, but banish it when it leaves the field. Once per turn during the standby phase, each player can special summon a monster from their grave, ignoring its summoning conditions, but banish it when it leaves the field. Whoa. Whoa. Crazy. Instead of a new talker, they should have made a new firewall. Well, I can't disagree with that. But to be fair, they should have done neither. Sorry. We also have a Master Spirit Tech Force Pendulum Ruler, which is maybe one of the most Yu-Gi-Oh cards I've ever seen in my life. It is a level 12 Light Machine Fusion Effect Pendulum monster with 35,3000. Is a Pendulum Scale 1, and its first effect says you can only use the Pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. It says during the main phase, you can return this card to the extra deck. Then you can add a level 7 Pendulum monster from your deck or face-up extra deck to your hand. Hold on. During your main phase, you can return this to the extra deck. Then you can add a level 7 Pendulum monster for your deck or face-up to your hand. Does this mean it goes face down? That's interesting. Yeah, I think that goes face down. Anyway, it does have the condition or the materials necessary, which are 1 level 7 or higher Pendulum monster and a Pendulum monster. Wow, crazy. You can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. It can't be destroyed by card effects. Your opponent cannot attack except Pendulum monsters without a level. Your opponent's monsters cannot attack except for Pendulum monsters without a level. Okay. You contribute a monster, then target a card your opponent controls, destroy it, and inflict 1,600. And then once per turn, you can place this card in your pen zone. What a weird card. I don't know what I'm... What am I supposed to get? No, Pendulum Link monster, obviously. This is a weird card. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with this card. To be fair, I feel like that's every Pendulum card. I just stare at Pendulum and I go, what? Banish all monsters in each deck face down. Yeah, this card is crazy, by the way, but it is an anime card. Not sure where Pendulum Ruler is from. Probably Arc V. Do we care? Not a fucking shot. Every Pend card is incomprehensible unless you know every damn Pendulum. That is true! That's the problem! Oh, how silly. It's the same thing with Cybers, though, to be fair. It's just like, oh, this card's crazy! And everyone looks at it and it's like, you tribute a monster to send a guy? Like, what? That doesn't seem right. You know, like, attacks, and it's like, you get to send a guy? What the fuck? Man, Cybers is bullshit, dude. Man, me and my homies hate Cybers. These two pro tags got, like, the worst shit imaginable. They're like, what if we made the most incomprehensible deck and then followed it up with the most frustrating? Like, oh, yay. Anyway, at least Dark Magician's sick. I'm actually a big fan of the new Dark Magician. In fact, so much so that we're going to watch... Actually, I've already watched it, but Lithium put out a video With the new... Oh, shit. With some of the new cards, at the very least. He did the new Dark Magician. But it does not look like he... Yeah, he's only done the new Dark Magician and the new Stardust.
What's up, guys? So
let's take a look at Stardust. Shall we?
welcome
Is that
back.
motherfucking
Konami revealed
Stardust?
a lot of new cards earlier today, and what is it like? Basically, all
Return
upgrades
Pendulums to Master Rule
well-known
4.
cards, essentially. But
No.
the most important thing is that I think everyone already saw it. Is
How
the,
about,
you know,
here's the thing. How about, instead of returning them to Master Rule 4, what if we remove the Pendulum Summon? Just make them spell monsters. Just remove in its entirety the Pendulum Summon. I don't know why the fuck we got that.
over art, so that basically the entire card is, you know, the featured monster, and we saw Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, stuff like that. But the first one we are trying out today is the new Stardust one, which
45?
Oh man,
40,
this is
40,
a new Baron
45
third
lithium?
band in the TCG.
Why are we playing 45?
It's not
We
necessarily the same
couldn't
thing,
cut 5
it's
bar.
level
What's
8.
going on with
It's
your
a
Ash
generic
Blossoms?
level 8,
Why
so
do
it's
they
really
look
easy to
weird?
make, and
What's
it
going on,
feels
bud?
it's like tribute your
Alright.
new Stardust to negate the activation. So I guess it's the Stardust Dragon essentially, but you know, instead of destruction, it prevents the activated hand trap in response to your card. That's important. And,
Yes, Master Rule
we'll see.
4 is the
So
same
first of
pen
all,
summoning
obviously you want to get this
ruling
out
as
soon
now.
possible, probably in your level 8 synchro deck. The problem is
That
it
is
does not
technically
negate
true.
Nip. Well, it does if your opponent chains Nip to a card effect, but you know they're not that stupid, I guess, if they read cards. So essentially, it's not your Nip
Reading?
card, but
You're expecting your opponent to read Lithium?
like you saw,
Ah, no.
Noodle's Impulse chain to your search or to your summon essentially, so you can use a Stardust.
I want my
instead of
subtype
negate.
that does the same
Now,
thing as
its different
Centurion.
effect is that, what is it? If you tribute a monster in that turn, that's monster turn, you can banish the Stardust to special summon a Stardust monster from the extra deck. But correct me if I'm wrong, I think the OG Stardust, I think is the only target for this. I might be wrong.
Wrong.
Because, like...
You could summon Stardust Warrior!
Other,
Everyone
the
knows
12
and loves
monsters
Stardust
that play
Warrior.
in other synchro decks, they need to be synchro summoned, I think.
Trust.
I think so. And this states that
Yeah,
it's, at least the monster
you know,
special.
everyone's
I know,
favorite
so
card,
correct me.
Stardust
Correct me.
Warrior.
So, essentially, your end board, we've seen this before. With the new Albus support, you're locked into
Malice!
conveniently level 8 synchro monsters, but
Please kill Malice, please, please, TCG. I'm begging you, just ban the Whitebinder. Just take it behind the shed, please. Please.
nothing prevents you from going for a second Stardust. So as soon as during your opponent's turn,
Comedy.
they want to chain to any of your cards, you can negate the card effect. Tribute the Stardust, essentially. So that's really sweet. Like this particular follow-up engine for Sword Soul, I feel is okay to go for the Iron Sword Soul. You could maybe make more bricks, as in what is it, Cartesia, stuff like that. You know, potentially give you the
Stardust Warrior wouldn't come up here.
Like,
Stardust
just
Warrior
adding
would be
more cards to
fucking
make-
incredible. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, nice Link summon. Anyway, die. Anyway, not
feels
properly
really-
summoned.
And also looking at the extra deck, because I'm running more tanks now compared to the build I uploaded. a
What
couple
are
of
you
weeks ago,
talking about?
featuring the new Albus cards. So, and also the new
Weeding.
Synchro rights. Anyway, so...
What am I missing? What? Hold on. Stardust Warrior, during the player's turn, if your opponent would special summon a monster, you contribute this card, negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. Oh. It just wouldn't come back, but like, oh, would've.
We know the last sets. We go for the Ecclesia Synchro banish itself. Yeah, because we send
Understandable.
Omega style from our graveyard, set things up again, and go for.
I am a
Berserker,
Yu-Gi-Oh
we
player
have both
nonetheless.
Stardust on already gone, but they should
Nevertheless,
be
sorry,
double
that's the right
effects.
word.
So the next one, this was fantastic. So
Dude, if I could play
That's
Sword Soul
because you
Tenyi again
learn
and it's
more
actually
from the
good,
cards
I
in the main deck, you lowering the chance
abso-fucking-lutely
of
will,
you
dude.
drawing
Sword Soul
into those
Tenyi was so
bricks,
fun.
The stuff you don't want to draw.
Such a
At,
such a
what is it,
cool
the
deck.
Spring Scar? Is it the Spring
Its
Scar?
simplicity was what made it
Because
so
essentially
sick.
You want to fool the shit to the graveyard. And then you
Nice
banish
Whitebinder.
stuff you can
Die.
banish, special summon Ecclesia. So that Stardust out first. But we're getting well, the punishment you'll see. So Xiao for another search, which
Xiao.
our field here is fantastic. We get
How are you
Impact,
supposed to
so
say this card's
destroy,
name, by the way?
Which
I've heard
okay.
this said in like
I
7
don't think
different
this was-
ways.
The thing here is
I don't think anyone has ever
I'm
said this
looking
card's
forward to it,
name the
but I'll
same
talk about
way.
it. So again, essentially the same board. Go for Ecclesia banish.
Or I should say,
Follow
no
Elvis,
English
we can
speaker.
extend
I'm
it
sure
with
like
10
the
cards,
people
extender for 10
who
use, and the
speak
Stardust,
Chinese
right. And here, I definitely did not expect
and
that.
actually understand,
But we can follow
how to
it because we can
say
banish
the
it
name,
for Stardust, which
they're probably gonna say it correctly.
nowadays format, it does. I mean, there are some cards that destroy, so I guess going for a free Stardust is fine. Plus, we still have place right during their turn. This is Draco Tail, so let's see. We,
Jishao?
Look at the 5 mana. If it's there, okay, then it's fine. It's not.
Are we certain?
Both cards away because now we are going for a freeze.
Are we positive?
The Iris Sword, so like just in case if they go for the fusion summon, we can still do stuff. Banish.
I'm probably saying it incorrectly.
So they have the Brilliant Fusion and they reveal all the cards. So this is a problem. This is a huge problem. So you have the Arthalion.
Arthalion!
Bounce too, I guess.
My boy.
Actually, Stardust in this matchup.
Is he not playing Crimson?
Really solid because again,
No,
there
why
are
would he?
Draco Tail cards that destroy. The problem is
You don't really have a
they
good
can
way
Stardust
with the
right? But at the same time, they get
the Sword Soul stuff to go into Crimson Dragon.
Directly, you know, upon the card that destroys. Like here, Pan, for example, or the Gulamo, for example. But again, it's effects negated.
I mean,
So
technically
we-
you could, right? Because you go
So
8
both fuses on
into
field
12.
The problem here is
But it's
they
not nearly
are
as effective
set up
as just,
to
like,
next turn.
getting
Also,
additional
Draco
8s,
Tail
especially
takes
now with the
six,
new
so you
stuff.
have to play, towards it, I guess. The problem is the Draco Tail trap that bounces, so we have to play around it if it's possible. So we go for Taya. Let's see if they do something. Yeah, I think
Goddamn,
they
Draco
have
Tail's
five
so
mana.
sick, dude.
Cooldown, no, this is a problem.
One card resolved and it was
Plus we
full
locked ourselves
fucking
into,
field.
Synchro.
But it wasn't a lot.
Because, again,
It's
the
still
problem-
crazy.
Both monsters are 3k, and again, they're setting themselves up.
They had a
basically
tuner,
for next turn.
Tenyi, and Nib
Someone else in
token.
the Moye, which does get bounced, which kind of makes sense.
Right,
If you
true.
face
You're
one
right.
draw,
For that exact
you can
purpose,
still go for
you should
Sword
play
Soul.
Crimson. Also, they wouldn't have been able to
Yeah,
summon
Berserker
Crimson
roll
because they were
is
locked into
the damage, we're
worms.
just crashing into one of the monsters. Berserker roll are only
So-
left here. So we're still in this. The fusion is fine. We tag out. I guess saying that I want to put up as many monsters as possible to survive. I guess because we still have a nib, right? Like our only win condition is that if they run into nib. So Ecclesia returns doesn't really do that much because again they will be able to either destroy or negate its effect. Plus there's nothing really to special summon. So they go. all
Surely
out.
we live here,
Very
right?
rough, Not so sure if you're really expecting it even in a
The new Crimson or the old Crimson? There's an
so
old
also
Crimson?
five
What
of the
Crimson are we
fusions
talking about?
Special summoned, and I think they special summoned 5 times, at least 5 times. Arthalion is the field from the graveyards on their search.
Goddamn!
Out of
Is that double
resources.
Gulamel, double Arthalion?
Oh,
Thick!
Like, here, like the chain links don't matter now. Like imagine now, you know, Ecclesia resolving, special summon a Sword Soul from the neck. But I guess here display lowers the stat points from the nib token, but it doesn't do that much. It's still at 10k, whatever. So, like the Long Yuan was a fantastic top lane. I probably should play Long Yuan at 3 because of this, like making Changing with the extra name Summon Tide. So Changing Banish 2, you get rid of the token, and this should be more than enough because we know all the lost cards. Do they have any fusions left? I'm not so sure. I mean, we know both cards, right? We know the 5 mana and something else. Both monsters, but that's enough.
It's crazy that they somehow outgrinded Draco Tail. That's wild
Search.
to
But
see.
That's essentially. So this was a really cool one, but this new Stardust is not your new Baron card.
It basically is. It's basically Baron. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. That's pretty cool. It's pretty good. I like it. It's basically an additional insurance piece. So that's pretty nice. I have a question. Why is Mirror Jade in here? Do we have the ability to summon Mirror Jade? How the hell are we summoning Mirror Jade? Actually, better question. Why do we have 2 of him? I can understand 1. 2? 2? It's fine. Not that big of a deal. Anyway, very interesting. I've seen this one. This one's also crazy. The new Dark Magician's just it does so much, dude. It's basically just like the Diabell cards. In the sense that it does a lot off of a little. You just like reveal a spell and it's like boom, here's a guy, and also here's an additional point of or like an additional searcher or something like that. It's very strong. Anyway, we do have the new rival cards as well. We got Blue Eyes, White Dragon, the White Phantom Beast, which is not exactly my favorite name. Mirror Jade is a worm to banish with Taya. Oh. You're right. I hadn't considered that. Anyway, Blue Eyes White Dragon, the White Phantom Beast, is a level 8 light dragon effect monster with 3025. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. When this card is added from your deck to your hand, or your monster is destroyed by battle, you can reveal this card from your hand, special summon it. No, it's got Jet Dragon effect. No. Only kind of, though. If this card is special summoned from the hand or deck, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Also, you can only attack with Blue Eyes monsters this turn. When a card effect is activated, the target is a card in the field. Quick effect, discard a card, negate it. Whoa. Why? 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 I hate it here, dude. Dude, I'm gonna get fucking Raigeki'd in battle. I'm gonna walk over a goddamn Blue Eyes monster, and then all of a sudden, bop, bop, bop! Blue Eyes, White Dragon, the White Phantasm Beast! Bingo! And I'm gone. Brother, what the fuck? This card is unreal off of Maxi or Fua or anything! What do you mean? This card's dumb! It's so lame! Why are you like this game? Why? Why can I get Raigeki just by attacking? No, that's so stupid. Oh, I hate it here. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, Cyber End Dragon, the Decisive Strike Dragon, is a level 10 light machine effect, fusion effect monster with 4028. Requires 3 machine monsters with 2100 or more attack. You can make with this with Crystron. Anyway, you can summon it off of seals. Fuck. Oh, that's so stupid. No! Why can I Raigeki with seal? Oh, why did we print that card? Why did you tell me that information? No! Blue Eyes? This is why I hate board wipes, dude. They're so lame. They're so fucking lame. No. No. I hate it here. Must be fusion summoned. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control this fusion summoned card using only... If you control this card fusion summoned using only light monsters, you can pay 4,000 to add limiter removal from your deck to your hand. If this card attacks, inflict piercing. This card, whose current attack is higher than its original attack, can make a second and a third attack during each battle phase. Okay. Crimson Dragon Quetzalcoatl is a level 12 Dark Dragon Synchro effect monster. Okay. It's generic. Of course. You can only use the first and third effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can special summon as many dragon synchro monsters from grave as possible. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn. Hold on. Special summon as many dragon synchro monsters from grave as possible. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn. No, I did read that correctly. No. No, the words were there. No, they were there. No, I did read that right. Okay. Yeah, I love Soul Charge, dude. Gains attack equal to the total original attack of all other synchro monsters you control. Hilarious. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can return one other dragon synchro monster to the extra deck. Negate the activation. I think I'm still just summoning regular Crimson. Can Blazar only be synchroed? I'm fairly certain that is not the case. I think it just needs to be first synchroed. This could save Yu-Gi-Oh! Was Yu-Gi-Oh! Not already saved? Why would Yu-Gi-Oh! Need saving? Yes, it must be synchro summoned. Actually, I don't know what that means. I think you can special summon it. It just has to be synchro summoned. And it can't be like cheated out. But once it's been properly summoned, I think you can summon it back. Don't quote me on that. I don't know what that entails. Why is it that 4 words are more confusing than if they gave me like 100? How'd they make 4 words worse than, like, 7? You cannot revive Blazar. Are we sure? I know it says must be synchro summoned. But I think... Is that just say it has to be synchro summoned first? No, it... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It has to say must first be, right? Does it? That's the thing, I don't know. You're probably right. I hope you're right. That sounds correct. But I don't know. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! They could just be like, I don't know. Fuck it. It works this way. You're just like, okay. Does anyone have, like, an official ruling? Does anyone know of, like, this... Yeah, that's how it's... Because this, to me, just reads like an old card. That's it. It's just like, oh, must be synchro summoned. Because it's not quite the same as, like Ancient Gear. Like, where is he? Where's the OG? There he is. Yeah, this one says, like, cannot be special summoned. And the other one says must be synchro summoned. Does that mean the same thing? All of the RDA bosses, if they get nibbed? Yes, that is true. However, then you'd also still have to be able to make this guy after getting nibbed, which is not likely. I'm going to say you can't bring back Blazar. It's probably correct that you can't bring back Blazar. That being said, how many other synchro monsters would you be able to reborn? What do we need? Synchro dragon. What are good targets? I mean, you just play like Dragon Link, right? Or Dragon Synchro, I guess. You just bring back like a myriad of random assholes. Because, yeah, you can go into, like, Crimson, and then Crimson can tag out into that guy, and then you could bring back Crimson. Oh, fun. You go Crimson into Crimson. Do I like the art? On this? No, this is terrible artwork. What are you talking about? This artwork is terrible. I hate to say it. This is bad. This is, like, really bad. Mostly due to the fact that it's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Now, if you were to give me a poster of that artwork, I'd hang it behind me, because it's sick. It looks really good. Problem is, you put that shit on a card, and it looks like garbage. It looks like gobbledygook and nothing. So, no, I don't like it. Anyway. Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Photon Howling is a rank 8 Light Dragon Xyz effect monster with 45-3000. Requires 3 level 8 monsters, but of course you can also Xyz it with Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, Photon Howling by using a rank 8 Xyz monster you control. Transfers materials. Woo! Yay! I love cheating summons. If this card is Xyz summoned, you can take 1 Photon Dragon Photon monster from your deck and either special summon it in defense position or attach it to its card as material. Okay. Sure. Quick fact, you detach 3 materials from this card to tribute 1 other Xyz monster, and if you do, negate the effects of all other face-up cards currently on the field until the end of this turn. That's, funny. It's like an anti-Xyz deck, or card, because you could just, like, nice detonator, anyway. Get his ass. At least it doesn't tribute for cost. Imagine if it tributed for cost. That'd be crazy. Holy shit. Could you imagine? Anyway. We have Starving Venom Fusion Dragon of the 4 Heavenly Dragons. Woof. Level 8 Dark Dragon Fusion effect monster. Imagine trying to print this in English on that card tech, or on that card. Their name line. Anyway, sorry. Level 8 Dark Dragon Fusion effect monster with 28 to 2000 requires 2 dark monsters on the field. Okay. This card is treated as a Predaplant card. Sure. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can target one other face-up monster on the field, change its attack to 0, negate its effects, and its attribute becomes dark. Notably, it does not receive a Predap counter. Why? Why wouldn't you just give it a Predap counter? Because this game said fuck counters. They're dumb. Okay. When your opponent activates a card effect, you can fusion summon one dark fusion monster from your extra deck using dark monsters on the field, including this card. Okay. That's a card. Sure. Borreload Liberator Dragon is a Link 4 Dark Dragon Link effect monster with 3000 attack. Requires 3+ effect monsters based. You can only special summon it once per turn. Once per turn during the battle phase, you can place one monster. During the battle phase, you can place a monster your opponent controls in a zone this card points to. You can place one monster your opponent controls in a zone this card points to and take control of it. Why does that... What? Okay, that's... Why is that worded so weird? Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. Sure, once per chain, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one monster you control, destroy it, and special summon this card. Wild. I guess this would just be like a way to get additional bodies onto the field, right? Because you could go Link 4 into Boral End, and then you could pop a different rocket to bring this guy back, and then go into the new Boral Link 5 guy, or something like that. So that's something. No, you wouldn't be able to go to Boral End, because he requires 3. Never mind. You could go into Seal. True. Hadn't considered. Yeah, obviously it triggers the rockets as well, which is kind of crazy. I guess your best option would be to, like, summon it, and then, like, go Boral End, and then use Boral End to, like, bring back a rocket, and then trigger the rocket by popping, so that you bring this guy back. And you could do it in the battle phase. So you could, like, bring it back, and then immediately yoink a guy. That's, like, I don't know, that's something. Once per chain? Yeah. As much as you try, this guy is coming back. No. Because that means if you end up chaining to it, you can still stop it. Right? Like, for example, if I go Borreload Liberator, target my rocket card, right? I can go, cool, DD Crow, banish it. They still get the pop, but this guy's not coming back because they can't, like, chain to it, right? They couldn't, like, target the same guy again. That's the idea, is, like, I wouldn't be able to chain to it, but if, for example, yeah, I negate the effect, like, I activate Ghost Spell or something like that to negate the effect, it can do it again. But if you interact with it in other ways, for example, banishing it, or shuffling it back into the deck, or, you know, preventing the summon in some capacity, right? There are other ways of kind of stopping it, but yes, you can't like negate the effect, and then because then in the next chain it's going to be able to do something. But you could also potentially like stop it one chain and then stop at the next chain or something of that nature, right? Or like remove the target. Basically, the idea is that this way you can't like chain to pop a whole bunch of things, pop all of them, summon back the guy, and then like, I don't know, trigger a whole bunch of effects. Or, you know, potentially dodge interactions. That's the general idea. So you can't just be like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna bring it back anyway. It's the thing that Snow needed. Fairy Tail Snow. If Fairy Tail Snow had a once per chain, that card would be very easy to deal with. But it's the fact that it doesn't. That makes it a problem. Oh yeah, it also has the other line of text. Oh, you're right. I totally forgot that like a whole bunch of rockets have that effect. Because like 90% of them don't do that. Or at the very least, the ones that are used, right? Because like that one doesn't use it, that one doesn't use it, that one doesn't. When a link monster, you can destroy this. Look at your opponent's extra deck, banish cards from it. Yeah. True. I forgot. Yeah, that makes a lot of the... Actually, yeah, because a lot of the new stuff doesn't have that either. Oh, this one does. Hollow Rocket. Interesting. Anyway, sorry, Gatling Ogre is a new level 3 Light Fiend effect a monster with 800. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can send any number of set cards from your spell and trap card zone to the graveyard to inflict 800 damage to your opponent for each. Also, your opponent takes no damage from non-fiend monster effects for the rest of this turn. Sure. You can only use that thrice per turn. Okay, that's interesting. If I somehow had the capacity to set 15 cards over the course of a turn, is that an FTK? Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Well over. I only need to set 10, but still, that's funny. I don't know how you're doing that, but... once per turn, when this card is targeted for any attack, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each of their attack position monsters, then end the battle phase. Okay. That is a card. I don't know what we're doing with it, but that's a card. It's a 5Ds looking ass card. That's because it's from 5Ds. Anyway, Infernity Doomslinger is a level 1 Dark Fiend effect monster with 100. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. During your main phase, you could special summon one Fiend monster from your hand. If you have no cards in your hand... Sorry. I did read that right? Okay. If you have no cards in your hand, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Your opponent chooses one of these effects for you to apply. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a monster, your opponent takes any effective damage you would have taken this turn instead. Otherwise, you take 4,000 damage. You take no effect damage this turn. Wow. Crazy. Oh, cool. To be fair, this effect is actually not bad. Special summon a fiend from your hand. Cool. Imagine if you got board wiped by Maxi drawing that card. The translation is correct. No. No. Oh. Why are you like this, man? The prep cards have your attention? Surprising. Nib and Phantom. I swear, if people end up playing Phantom, I'm gonna lose my shit. There's no way anyone actually plays Phantom. Infernity has a bad tour guide. I mean, to be fair, it's better in Infernity to have the bad tour guide than a regular one. There are so many new cards, by the way. Like, it's actually obscene how many new cards we've just gotten. So, let's take a look. We have more Jack and Yusei support. We have Red Nova Dragon, which is a level 12 Dark Dragon Synchro Effect monster, which requires 4 tuners and a non-tuner Synchro monster, and must first be Synchro summoned with the above material. Motherfucker, they said, no, Crimson Dragon, that's not how this should go. And they were right. They were right to do that. Imagine being able to fucking Crimson Dragon this card. Let's actually see if that matters. Gains 500 for each tuner in your graveyard. Comedy. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by their card effects. By their card effects, you could destroy it with your own. Once per turn, you can banish this card. Once per turn, you can banish this card and as many cards your opponent controls and in their grave. Then you can special summon a Red Nova Dragon from your extra deck. This is treated as a synchro summon. Holy shit. What? What a crazy effect. Honestly, warranted. That's an insane effect. They said, no, everything's gone. Banish this card and as many cards your opponent controls and in their grave. They said, start over. You can't Crimson it, so it's suddenly fair. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's fine. It's, yep, sure. Assault Sonic Warrior is a level 2 Wind Warrior effect monster. If you've ever read the original Sonic Warrior, dear Lanta, that card is terrible. Nice effect. Chain Impulse. Response. Response? Do you have a Trap Engrave? No? Okay, I'll do it on your I'll do it on the next turn. Oh, you don't have a Trap Engrave? Okay. Oh, you do? Okay. I'll do it next turn. Anyway, next turn. Yeah, this card's crazy. This card's wild. Assault Sonic Warrior is a level 2 Wind Warrior effect monster. With 1000 0, you can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control Drunk Warrior, Assault Mode activate, or a card that mentions either of them, goddamn, you can special summon this card from your hand. Why are you this way? What? Brother, they said, I don't know, put this guy on the field. Just put him on the field. As if Crimson is the problem? No, surely. Are they never going to print Red Eyes support? Why would Red Eyes need support? Red Eyes is fine. What are you talking about? Anyway. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a Synchron monster or Assault Mode activate from your deck to your hand. They really said, just do the combo. This card is sent to the graveyard as Synchro material. You can activate this. Monsters you control gain 500. So you can chain block Speeder. No way. There's no way. This card's so funny. I love this card. This card's great. They're like, look, I understand. You like normal summoning Junk Warrior. So here's a guy that allows you to do the full combo and chain block. Fuck yeah. Speeder will resolve. And then you go, cool, anyway, imperm. And they go, fuck. Just die. Oh, I love this card. This card's incredible. Anyway, Junk Signal is a quick play spell card that says you can only activate one of this card's name per turn. Activate one of these effects. You cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except for Synchro monsters, Tribute monster, special summon a Junk Warrior, Stardust, or a monster that mentions either of them from hand, deck, or grave, except the tributed monster. Comedy. When your opponent activates a card or effect in response to the activation of your Synchro monster's effects, negate that opponent's effect. Whoa. Cool. Hilarious. I love these cards. They're so good. Motherfucker, I am resolving speeder. Did you miss the photon card? Yes. Was it any good? No. It was kind of good. It was an Omni Negate. Or a you tribute one other Xyz monster and then negate everything. Very good against other Xyz decks, terrible against anything else. Finally, a level 12 Dragon Synchro that Centurion can't steal. True. Well, more like Crimson. It could still be cheated by Crimson. Am I missing something? Reading in my Egyptian card game. Reading! Anyway, we have new Pred-Up cards, by the way. Hooray! I'm lying to you. We're reading the Spiritualist deck, the Charmers. Spirit Charmers. 4 Charmers in Profusion, which is a Link 4 Light Spellcaster. Spellcaster Link effect monster with 1850 attack, because of course it does. It has left, right, bottom left, and bottom right arrows, and requires 2+ monsters. You can only... Oh, it's generic. It doesn't even require an attribute. It's just generic. Oh. I won't play 3 quick play bricks to resolve speeder. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Speeder has to resolve. There's not like 10 other cards that also allow it to resolve. It's gotta resolve. Sorry. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. It gains 300 for each attribute among monsters on the field. Once while face up on the field during the main phase, you can quick effect target 2 monsters in your grave with the same type or attribute and special summon both. But they and this card cannot be used as material for anything until the end of the next turn. Wait a second. That's crazy. Right? That's gotta be crazy, right? I only know a glass. Type or attribute. This feels like really good in Fiend Link, right? Because you could like bring back any of your dingus fiends. There's like 10 million of them. Too bad it's not fire. True. Hadn't thought about that. Mitsurugi support. See, now we're talking. Yeah, this kind of goes crazy in Mitsu, huh? Oh, that's dumb. Okay. I don't know. This feels like it has application. I don't know if you'd necessarily make this in Mitsu, but I don't know. This feels like it has. You can bring back the new Boral. That is true. You could bring back a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, yes, this can bring back anything. As long as you have in your grave 2 monsters with the same type or attribute. You just bring them back. It's just that they cannot be used as material until the end of the next turn, which means you basically can't use them. But say you link off, like, what's a good example? Say you link off Baron and I can't think of another guy right now off the top of my head. That guy. To make this. Okay, that was a terrible example. And one of the Stardust Synchros or something of that nature, right? You could bring both of them back and then they're on the field for the next turn and are capable of, like, using their effects, right? It's pretty good. This is actually, like, a pretty solid effect. And for the most part, like, same type or attribute, like, this is very easy to fulfill. Most decks are either the same type or the same attribute. So, again, very easy. I don't think this will be, like, an auto-include, but I do think it's playable within a lot of different decks. Notably, this is very good in like Dragon Link decks. Anyway. Familiars of the Spiritual Arts is a level 4 water reptile effect monster with 15-200. You can only, this card is always treated as familiar possessed card. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add a possessed spell or a grand spiritual art Ichirin from deck to your hand. You declare one type and one attribute. This card becomes the declared type or attribute until the end of this turn. Comedy. That's going to be used in some sort of stupid ass FTK. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a spellcaster monster with 1500 defense from your deck or grave. Sure. And then we have Possessed Resonance, which is a normal spell card. This says you can only use the first exact effect of this card's name once per turn. You can target one face-up monster on the field, special summon a Charmer or a familiar possessed monster with the same attribute from your hand, deck, or grave in attack position or face-down defense position. Then you can change the targeted monster to face-down defense position. Then you can. Interesting. You can special summon this card from your grave, then target one monster your opponent controls. Sorry, one monster you control changes battle position. That is, okay. Sure. Rebirth Oak is 2! So you can call Light Fiend. Yes, you can. That's true. Where's my go? Well, it's not that, because it's all of the familiars. Oh yeah, that card is full Fiendsmith combo. Yeah. Yep. And it adds a possessed spell. Now, what does that possessed spell do? Anyway. Those are cards. Those certainly are cards. We have more Predap cards. Hip hip hooray! Predaplant / Fusion. Which, yeah, they're Predap cards. We have Predaplant Lilizard. Sure. Which is a level 3 Dark Plant effect monster with 12/12. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control a Predap or Starving Venom monster, Predaplant or Starving Venom monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, then add a Polymerization from your deck to your hand. Whoa. That's crazy. The Possessed Trap is decent. Tragically, this does add a spell. Oh, no, it does say Spell Trap. It's just placed weird in the column, and I just read it as spell. To be fair, are you going to add not this? Like, surely you just add this, right? And then you just get an additional guy? Like, you play 3 of this as an engine to get 2 bodies onto field, right? Am I crazy? Hold on. I don't think we've fully identified the actual power of this, because the thing is, this, by itself, facilitates any 2 bodies, and, notably, it can be any attribute. And type. Which is kind of funny. That's all. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Because it can just summon itself. A second copy of it. Anyway. What was I saying? If you control this, you add a Polymerization. That's crazy. You target a face of monster on the field. Its attribute becomes dark until the end of this turn. If this card is special summoned from the grave, you can draw a card. Oh, interesting. We have Predaplant Longinophilia? Longinophilia? I don't know how you'd say that. Which is a level 1 Dark Plant Tuner effect monster with 600-100. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 Predap card from your deck to your hand, except for Long. You can banish this card from your grave, then activate one of these effects. Place 1 Predator counter on a face-up monster on the field. And if you do, If it is level 2 or higher, it becomes level 1. Oh gosh, as long as it has a predator counter. Or set a polymerization from grave or banishment. Oh, interesting. More access to fusion spells. Cool. And then we have Starving Venom Wing Dragon, which is a level 10 Dark Dragon Fusion Pendulum Effect monster. Woo! Declare Fire Dragon activate Trundra. Sorry, that's funny. Oh, that's a lot of text. Anyway, 3,325. It's a pen scale of 10, and its pendulum effect. Oh my gosh, its pendulum effect says each time a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, place a predator counter on each of them, and if you do, any of those monsters that are level 2 or higher become level 1 as long as they have a predator counter. Cool. And monster effect set. It requires a fusion monster and a clear wing monster. Oh, gross. And it says once per turn, if your opponent special summons a monster face up, you can target one of them until the end of this turn. This card gains attack equal to that monster's and negate that monster's effects. Interesting. And then once per turn, when another card on the field activates its effect, you can destroy a card on the field. Interesting. Sure. Not a hard one. Yeah, not a hard once per turn, but I don't know how much that matters. And then if this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can place it in the penned zone. Sure, this is a card. Finally, a counter for Ryzeal. True. As if there weren't like 10,000 of those. Why would you summon this instead of the Omni Negate? I don't know. We have Predamp Balthea? Level 4 Dark Plant Synchro Tuner Effect Monster with 1000. Requires a tuner and a non-tuner. You can only use the first active effect of this card's name once per turn. It's generic. If this card is synchro summoned, you can special summon a Predaplant or Starving Venom monster from your face-up extra deck or grave. Sure. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, you can banish this and a polymerization from your grave to fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck. Use monster from your hand or field. What the fuck? What am I supposed to do with these? It's skill drain with Dragostapelia? I mean, kinda. Anyway, we have Primitive, which is a normal spell card, which says that you can only activate one of this card's name per turn. You can send a Predap card from your deck to the grave, except itself, to add a polymerization spell or fusion spell from your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, except for plant and dragon monsters. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, you can banish this card from your grave, then target a fusion monster you control and destroy it. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, you can banish this card from your grave. Destroy it. Huh? Does that trigger Starving Venom? Yes. Comedy. Why do they make sends for cost? Great question. Because they hate you. That's right, they hate you. Apex Fusion is a normal spell card. This is you can only activate one of this card's name per turn. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. I immediately hate this card. Pay 2,000 life points, then target an effect monster on the field to special summon one monster from your extra deck with the same type and attribute, but a different level. Its effects are negated, and apply one of these effects. Fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck using both monsters. Oh, wait, what? Target effects monsters. The same type, but different level. Okay. Or send the summoned monster to the grave. Okay. What? What the fuck is this card? This card is weird. Speaking of summoning the Omni Negate easier, yeah, I mean, you can. These are, you know, Predaplant has some of the coolest cards, and they also have some of the most infuriating cards. You know, for every Amblo, I don't think that's what it's called. Ambidextrous. What is this card's name? Ambulo. I was close. For every Ambulo, there's a starving Venom Wing Dragon. You know? For every Lilizard, there's a Apex Fusion. You know? That's all. Those are certainly cards. They are certainly cards that exist. Anyway, let's play a bit of Duelist Cup. I have played literally none thus far. And is that okay? Yes. Yes. We're gonna play Dragons. Smile. Let me restart my RDA support timer. This is the story of a girl. I absolutely love her when she smiles. Is there any reason to play the second round? For fun? Unless you are competing to get to the top, which I'm obviously not. No, it's just for fun. Honestly, I kind of want to just play... I kind of just want to play Man instead. But then I wouldn't be able to play Draco Tail. I hate fun, though. Oh, tragic. I was red rebooted today? Tragedy. Tragedy. Missions? Yeah, I guess missions are also a thing. I'm going to add your Gula. I'm surprised I wasn't interacted with there. I'll go Branded Fusion. Fua! Yep, kind of figured. Yep, kind of figured. Here's 5 mana. I kind of expected a Roach there, I'm not gonna lie. Here's our Thalion. Your Gula. I'll keep the Fua in hand for purposes. Mostly for Rahu purposes. Branded Fusion. Let's go... I guess Albion, huh? This guy, this guy. Yeet. Albabibon. Do we just keep the Rahu in hand? Maybe. Let's go Chainlink 1. Target 5 mana. Chainlink 2. Your Gula. Chainlink 3. Chainlink 4. Let's set Sting. Let's set Flame. Let's set Horn. Nope. Let's add back 5 mana. Let's go Urgula. Add back Luke. And then I could go Rahu here. What does that accomplish? It doesn't. Yeah, we'll just pass. It gives them an extra draw, basically. I mean, it puts Gulamel on field, which is kind of nice, but I think Rahu is just way better here if they go, you know? Lost. Lost is fine. Sure. Add a Draco Tail. Let's not do that. Ass. Sure. Of course they drew Ash for turn. Why wouldn't they have? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Arthalion, sure. Mm-hmm. 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 What does they add back? Okay. Sure. Mm-hmm. Setting flame. Sure. Horn. Oh, sure. Mm-hmm. Yep. Add Cartesia. Sure. Cartesia. Huh. Sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. God, I fucking hate Branded Lost, dude. What a dog shit card. I knew I should have just negated it. Imagine printing cards that read that way. That's just insanity to me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Secretarion? Wow, crazy. Who would have guessed? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. Here's 5 mana. What do I go for here? I guess Secretarion? No, I'll go with this guy. Yep. Go Arthalion. Let's go Luke. Seketu. Yeah, you know what? You got it, you dumb piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. Stupid ass branded lost bullshit. God damn, dude. God damn, dude. I mean, what a fucking dog shit game, huh? What a fucking dog shit game. What a fun experience. God, dude. I fucking hate that stupid ass. I know for a fact it's a goddamn 1 of 2. It's like, yeah, he just dropped the one fucking card that wins him the game immediately, and I can't interact with. 10 out of 10, dude. Oh, what a fucking dog shit game. Stop printing cards! Just stop printing cards. You clearly fucked up somewhere along the line, Konami. Just, I don't know, print a card that actually fucking makes sense. Like, no, we're gonna make things that you can't interact with. Why? Why the fuck would you do that? Ah! Why can't I interact? Why can't I respond? Why can't I do something? Why would you ever at any point print a card that says shit like that? Ugh. Yeah, dude, great. Yeah, what a great game, dude. Also, by the way, ban Ash. Just ban Ash, dude. I'm so fucking sick and tired of this dog shit, dude. Lucky me. Doug. I'd rather not, Doug. Fun. Should have rolled better? True. Should have drew a Tearland card. So they could have Rhino Hearted. To be fair, he milled well. It's just that his hand was not conducive to what he needed. That's a terrible hand. Luckily, my opponent thought so as well. Hello? That is so bad. Holy shit. Which is it? Master Duel. Yeah. Damn it. Fuck you, game. Oh, fuck you, game. Are you fucking kidding me, game? This game, real fucking dog shit, huh? Why do I play this game? This game's fucking terrible. Still maybe winnable if the second set was a dud. What the fuck are you talking about? What? I need to draw Malulu. They make Desiree and I die. Or make literally anything and I die. What are you talking about? They had full Fiendsmith combo there. You had Bell for Engraver? Who cares? Who cares? That doesn't do anything. Even if I top deck Malulu, I'm still not able to realistically do anything. Because I still have to contend with man. And they guarantee have the out to the Malulu. Unless they misplay. But they do. They have the out already with that one set card. What do I fuse here? That's a good question. I guess it's just starts early on. Do they have like a Bestial? No. They now could. Really fun games we're playing. Yeah, just great games. This is why I hate the Duelist Cup. Man, even in a meta that's like this, it's just like, it's so infuriating. It's just so frustrating. Mm-hmm. It's because everyone is playing, unless you are at, like, the very top, no. Just, everyone is playing, not just to win, but, like, to do the most criminal activities they possibly can. And it's like, oh, fun. And so you're stuck with a whole bunch of games that are just frustrating rather than fun. Like the Branded Lost game, where I lose to Branded Lost's mere existence because cards like that exist in this game for some fucking reason. Go. Erg. 5 mana. Matter of points farming wasn't an aspect of the game. Yeah. Imagine if it wasn't just a fucking slog to determine who has the best, most number of games. And instead, it was actually who has the actual best lineup. Who actually is the greatest. Do you have Ghost Spell? That's crazy. Yeah, fair. That's why the Pokemon like championship thing that they do, the online qualifiers, those work really, really well. Sure. Okay. Oh. Sure. What? Sure? Yeah? Fucking now what? Okay. Yeah. Oh. Went from 22 to 6? Yikes. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna play that much. I've never enjoyed the Duelist Cup. What's up, Joy? How's it going? I just realized. That's a hand. I'll start with this. This guy. It's never been worth it. Stage 2 has never been worth it. Unless you specifically are trying to get to the top, and I mean the top rank, never worth it. Grab 5 mana here. You just wanted the title achievement and icon? Really? I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Debating on whether or not I just let that happen. That's fine. Gulamel, you and Pan. Yup. Chain link 1. Chain link 2. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So this isn't gonna work the way that you hope it does, dude, because of the fact that you allowed me to go into this guy, so... Bye-bye. I'm pretty sure they have another Bestial, so that could be annoying. Cool, pass. No. I wonder what my opponent was playing. Actually, we know what it was playing. It was some hand trap turbo deck. Also, can I just say how much I despise the way that the point system works in this game? For the Duelist Cup, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Truly baffling. Just truly baffling. Okay. Cool. And Pizza Hut. Yeah. God, I really don't want to play stage 2. I like Draco Tail. Draco Tail has been really fun to play, but man, I really don't want to play stage 2. I'm just bored. Because the thing is, the games are either going to be the most infuriating dog shit in the game, or it's going to be just nothing burgers. I was like, oh. Okay, yeah. I don't think K9 or Yummy does anything or saves us in any meaningful capacity. Great game. Just okay. We're done. We're done with stage 2. I can't do this. I can't do this. Oh, come on! I just want to. It's just never worth it. It's just never worth it, you know? How much more do I need? I could get a grand total of 90. K9 and Yummy will make things worse for sure. I don't necessarily think that that's the case. I think Yummy probably will, but I think Vanquishal helps a ton. Because then you're kind of forced to play games, and you're not just slotted into, like, Floodgate Turbo. Because Vanquishal, like, genuinely has so much game, both going first and going second, similarly with Draco Tail. So you can't just be like, I'm just going to play some dog shit combo deck. It's like, no, you have to play a grind game. You have to sit down and play Yu-Gi-Oh! With me. That's Duel Trials. Oh. The following setting is recommended. Card position to auto. All right, bud. Critiques are a healthy dose of bitching because I drew to Ketu. True. Here's the thing. Oh, we also have the 2026 life point duels. Those are funny. Here's the thing. Let me explain why everyone and their mother complains about games that they like. Because we understand what could be better, and generally speaking, we notice what goes wrong more so than what we notice what goes right. But on top of that, out of everything, sometimes you just want to complain. You're just like, man, this sucks. Man, this is annoying. It's why I consistently complain about Master Duel, but sing its praises pretty much always. If you've ever watched me play any other game, you will know every other game pales in comparison to this game. Right? Pales in comparison to Master Duel. Master Duel is really, really well done. It's not perfect, but it's really, really well done. And if I complain, I'm passionate about the game. True. Right. I don't think Master Duel does everything perfectly, but it does so much well that there's not really a reason for me to play a different game or to invest into a different game, right? And it's the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Just Yu-Gi-Oh in general. Yu-Gi-Oh does so much right that in comparison, a lot of other games I feel like just fall short, right? There's like 2 other games that I would even remotely compare to Master Duel, and one of them died. Why'd they do that? Legends of Runeterra, please come back. You were great. You were fantastic. Riot Games, it was really, really fucking good. Why did you have to kill it? Why did it die? Why did you do this? This is your fault. Please, I just want to play Legends of Runeterra. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That's all. Pearly anti-burn? Sleepy's also non-once per turn anti-burn card. That's funny. It died because it was too good. It died because you couldn't pay for the game. Like, you literally could not pay to play the game. Which is a crazy thing to think about. It's simply due to their monetization. And the thing is, they could have made the monetization good. They just didn't. They're like, no. Nah, that'd be dumb. You're like, what do you mean that'd be dumb? And they're like, that'd be dumb. And you're like, what are you talking about? Very silly. Very, very goofy. If I do say so myself. In regards to, like, free-to-play, it wasn't necessarily free-to-play because you had to spend a lot of time actually playing the game in order to get decks, right? But yeah, technically you could unlock everything as, like, a free-to-play player. The problem was that it took so long to actually get cards. But the thing is, the actual gameplay itself was really phenomenal. Anyway. Oh, the other game is Pokemon. Pokemon's goated. If you do not believe that Pokemon is goated, I hate to break it to you, Pokemon is goated. It's just a different card game and a different style. But it works really, 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 really well. Now they released a new card game that you can't play because everything's bought out. And now they released a new card game that's nothing like the old card game. It's terrible. And it's terrible. Vanquish Soul with an anti-burn? Oh, I'm just going to be playing Vanquish Soul and be like, fuck it, we ball. Oh yeah, Pokemon has issues with that as well, of like being bought out. Except for the fact that that's not true. Pokemon cards absolutely can be purchased, and it's just that the newest sets tend to be not available. But all of the like meta cards, they're pretty easy and pretty cheap. Like across the board. They're really easy to buy. Unless you want to get the stupid ass alt arts. You. I'm sorry, no, fuck you. I'm killing you. I'm killing his ass. You die now. Fuck you. Stupid. You have fucking Mahama? My brother in Christmas, what is wrong with you? Why the fuck did we take the damage? We could have just summoned immediately. Are we stupid? What's happening? I hate it here, dude. My brother in Christmas. I ate it here. Bro. It's about sending a message. True. Obviously. No, it actually is about the minus 1,000. This is what I mean. This event is just full of... this! Is this stage 2? No. No, I left stage 2. I was bored. I went to stage 1 because I was like, oh, I'll play something fun. And then they were like, fuck you. You know what? I should play Paleo. I should make everyone else suffer. I should just play Paleo and be like, all right, fuck it. Suffer. Die. I could go Silo Hat Rat here. Silo Hat Rat's pretty good, huh? I could go Doug. Doug, like, kind of does stuff. Oh, I can't go Silo Hat Rat with that guy. Uh-oh. Spaghetti. How much does that matter? Literally none. Literally none. Let's just do this. We'll go Rat. We'll go Rat. Set up Opus. Up Opus. Up Opus. And then we'll go Loadly Load. We'll summon Angel Trumpeter. Trumpeter. Into this guy. Still can't believe you can demote in stage 1. Why is that surprising? I'm surprised you can't see the opponent's decks in stage 1. Why? Just let me look. It's fine. What's Spanish? Pot of extra? It's fine. No, I don't want to activate the effect. No, I don't want to activate Baron either! Piss off! Piss off! Okay. Whoa, crazy. Sure. Sweet. Popis. Let me know what war crimes they committed, Konami. Let me just look. That's it. That's it. We're all suffering. Where is it? There it is. That's it. If I can't have fun, neither can you. Time to die. It's fine. To be honest, I should have seen that coming. Yeah, I was not surprised by that in the slightest. Hell yeah, dude. What a great hand. I'm lying. But only slightly. This is Orchest? Probably. Oh, I fucking knew it. Can I beat this? Yes. I'm just blatantly lying. Never mind, they went through Phoenix. Let's fucking go. Fiend Smith is just the unskippable cutscene before the main combo. True. How much do you want to bet they also have Mitsu? If I see a Mitsu card, we are leaving. Sorry, I just noticed. Because I was like, wait, they summoned What's-Her-Bucket and then did nothing from that. And so I was like, hold on. Why didn't we do the Fiendsmith stuff? And the answer is, I don't know. They, didn't? Because they wanted to pivot into the archetype that they already had for some reason. Also, why didn't we start with the... Why didn't we start with Girsu? What... I was not paying attention, and now that I've paid attention even a little, my brain is malfunctioning. Yeah? DD Wave King. That's so much better for me. I cannot express how much better that is for me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, can I just say how much I despise Link 1s? You think Girsu locks him into Dark only? What should happen? What's... Huh? Cosmic Wave King. Cosmetic. It's cosmetic! Key for gore. Interesting. And then we all collectively went, oh. What? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What happened? Why'd you leave? Oh. This is a hand. Now this is a hand! He had a stroke and landed on the surrender button. Someone go check on my opponent. Someone we need a hospice call. It intimidated him too much. I think he realized how poorly he did that combo and was just like, you know what, you got it, dude. And honestly, I don't know why. That was kind of weird. His mom called for dinner. Ew. Gross. Okay, I'll go Needlebug Nest here then. What does the quick play card say? It says, god damn. Target. Send it to grave. If it left the field by this effect. Special summoning masked hero. Sure, that's fine. Oh my, what the? Okay. That's funny. Great Mills. 10 out of 10. No nuts! No nuts. This mask change. Add Dark Fusion. Sure. Sure. Veil? Sure. Ooh. I'll go like this. Put him face down. Hell yeah. Canadian. I'm surprised we got this far. Mm-hmm. Hero players are like seeing mice. They're fucking everywhere. What are you talking about? My brother and Christmas, they are everywhere. Sure. What are we planning on doing here? I love Canada. It's not great, but it's doing its best. Same, dude. I am Canada. I'm not great, but I'm doing my best. Okay. Whoa, crazy. I'm gonna target this guy. Oh my gosh, they allowed me to chain. Let's go. Here's Paleo. Big. Okay, I have to think here. Sure. I'll go Rise here. You can target this one. You can target that one. You can attack that one specifically. No other ones, just that one. Got it? Also, somehow they have higher life points than me, and I was not paying attention. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. They set a card. They set 2! Let's go. I'm so happy. Happy boo. Alright, cool. Under my umbrella, Ella, A. I forgot to chain there because I'm stupid. Oopsie poopsie. It's fine. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's a big deal. It matters immensely here. They didn't set the... Okay. I was not expecting that. I'm not gonna lie. Was not expected. Okay. Why didn't I summon it in attack position? Because it wouldn't have mattered. It would have. I'm lying to you. I don't know. Because I'm not paying attention. I'm like half paying attention here. Oh, shit. I have another one. That's crazy. Sure. Evil. Evil. Oh, they did set this. Oh, I thought this was super polymerization. I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy. What the fuck? What the fuck? Is this allowed? Okay. I'm gonna go Rise to full height. I'm gonna double your defense. I'm gonna chain a Morella. And then I'm gonna book everything. And then everything goes face down. I want to keep at least one unaffected guy, just in case. Just in case. I don't know if it'll matter. It shouldn't. But just in case. Oh, they think they live. That's cute. That's so cute. Oh, Bobinha. Oh, nope. disappeared. They went away. They're like, man, I don't want to do this no more. And honestly, that's the point. Suffer. God, Nave. Now this is a hand. I'm lying. There's no way. Holy shit, there is a way. Son of a bitch. No. All right. Set. Go. Average voiceless hand? True. Sure. I'm sorry, Hugh? Okay. Penelom! Sure. Combat! Ah! I'm spooked. I'm thoroughly spooked. Anyway, go face down. Thanks. Beep. Pass! Alright, well. That one! Anyway, change. Suffer. Paleo, let's go. Man, I really wish Voiceless was better. Voiceless is so fun. Konami Orb. Orb. If I could click first. No Fiendsmith? In Paleo? Why the hell would I play Fiendsmith cards? Those aren't traps. Okay. Oh, in Voiceless? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they did. We don't know. They just didn't see him. Good night, Waz. Thanks for stopping by. Waz? Was? Sure. Lurie, he's the star of the show. Okay, I need you to wait right there. I'm gonna go Needlebug Nest. You're gonna Ash. I'm gonna cry. That's fine. You didn't? Yo? That's okay. That's fine, that's normal. Put his ass in the grass. Chain of Morella. Under my Morella, Ella, eh. He just manifests low from his next draw. True. Like the true Voiceless voice player he is. What do you think they have? Is it like La Cucaracha? I just have no idea how my cards work. Where is the paleo support? True. Where is the paleo support? And then someone's gonna come along and be like, isn't every normal trap a paleo support? And then I castrate them. Sorry, what? Why the fuck is there a droll on the field? What? 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 Huh? Why is Droll here? He's here for a good time, not a long time. What? Look, I had Droll! No, valid crash out. Isn't Grandma like paleo somehow? Come here. Come here. Show me your balls. Your ball privileges have been removed. Should make Fiendsmith, but for wind spellcasters? True. Nib! Comedy. Cool! That's one way of doing it. I fucking knew it! It was a joke, Murkrow. It was a joke. That's why he quoted. Was that a motherfucking Rahu? Also, wait, hold on. They only set... Oh, yeah. No. That's correct. No. Hold on. That was correct. Do you have ass? If you have Ass Blossom here, I will cry. Son of a bitch! Ah! It's fine. It's not fine. I'm just blatantly lying to you. Could I do anything if I go Trap Strike here? What are my cards that I have? Oh, I could go IDP. Does that do anything? Fucking no. They set Rahu. Trying to think if there's like anything that I could do here. I mean, we could gamble. Chat, what are your thoughts on gambling? I mean, we could say, fuck it, we ball. And then go for Needlebug Nest. That's a terrible, no good, very bad idea. Huh. Yeah, pretty much. So I think the play is go Heavy Storm Duster here. Just pop the back row and be like, all right, out my... No, you're right. That's a terrible idea. Oh, actually, I'm lying. It's go Olenoids. It's not Heavy Storm Duster, it's Olenoids. Trust. Ew, what the fuck? Why are there Magistus cards in here? Yeah. Not a bad hand. I'm reporting that player. You you should have your Master Duel license revoked for playing Pendulum. If I ever see you normal summon a Skullcrobat Joker, you should have your soul removed. Yeah, that's all. No, no. Huh? Huh? Oh. Okay, I really didn't think I would get this far. Sure. Huh? Oh, shit! What did we get up and got? That's crazy. Anyway, here's this guy. I fucking knew they would do this. I knew they would do this. They're like, guy! Having never read before in their life. That guy gets me guy! Let's go. Let's fucking go. Here's Guy 2, Electric Boogaloo. Go on, steal my guy. I dare you. Whoa, crazy. Anyway, pass. Oh, you think I'm gonna do something? I'm not doing shit. I'm gonna stare at you. 10 out of 10 no notes. Nothing? Again? Again? A big fat nothing? Wow, that's crazy. was there a Mirror Force in your deck? Why can't I look at the deck list? I want to know! Why can't I look at the deck list? Is Mirror Force the set off of Triple Tag? I hate it here, dude. Get me out of here. No! Please. 2! Huh. What a great hand. I'm lying. This hand's terrible. Son of a bitch. No, it's so bad. No. Why is it Ryzeal? Yeah, I don't want to sit through this. You got it. No. The like one deck that kills us. Why are people playing Mirror Force? What? Is Draco Tail enjoyable? Probably the most enjoyable deck in the game. Yeah. Hmm? What? What do you mean? I hate this. It keeps happening. What is going on? And their mother is playing like a blind second deck, and uh-huh. Excuse me. I shouldn't have set this. Sure. Settle. Sure. Mm-hmm. 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 God, I hate Sky Striker with every fiber of my being, dude. Mm-hmm. Sure. Comedy. Ingage. Interesting. Not really, I'm lying to you. Sure. That one didn't do anything. Should have popped a monster. That would have been smart. Mm-hmm. Multi-roll. Sure. Mm-hmm. Of course. Yeah, dude, I'm so glad that's not a once per turn. Imagine. Mm-hmm. Multi-roll, sure. Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Fun. Wait, why'd we add the bad artwork back? Oh, right, because Sky Striker players are a monotonous glob of inhuman beings who barely have the capacity to understand one deck, let alone the complexity of humanity. So of course they're gonna just click shiny button. Sure. Please do what I think you're about to do. It'd be really good. It'd be really funny. Are we surprised that the Sky Striker player is named that, of all things? It's one of the many reasons I don't like Sky Striker. The player base is fucking awful. Go Typhon here. I'd also go Elf. I know that they have linkage, and I know none of the other cards, I think. Right? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I think they might have 2 linkage, which is a choice. Okay. I'll go like this then. Go Galaxy. Mm-hmm. Could make Seal 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah. Let's do that. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. They went for this instead of the good card. Sure. Ah, it's because they have 2. Because again, once per turn shouldn't exist. Settle. Settle. Sure. Uh-huh. Shitsuku. Sure, sure. Uh-huh. Shark Cannon. Oh, sure. No, that seems reasonable. Yeah. Huh? Sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah, but the Gilars. Okay, this one. Target this guy. Marella. Janik Howell. Serpent. Mm-hmm. Mm, sure. Mm-hmm. Oh. God, dude, this guy's record is so fucking lame. Mm-hmm. Sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Did they target Ray? They did. What the fuck? Oh, because they have multiple. Sure. What does this say? Cool. Is what rogue? Oh. Fuck you. I wish I could report his fucking name. This card? None of these cards are technically playable. None of these cards, except for Victory Dragon, are technically playable in any game. In any Yu-Gi-Oh game. They have 0 real printings, because they're prize cards. It's the hero player Master Duel client. Yeah, pretty much. A lot of cards are not in Master Duel due to the fact that they do not have a real world printing. Yeah, it was likely it was either a fan animation or it was a different client. But as far as Master Duel goes, no. That card isn't in the game because it can't. I think only Victory Dragon is in the game. Am I crazy? Hold on. Is that not what it's called? Is it not in the game? Hold on, am I crazy? It's called Victory Dragon, right? No, I am... No, Oh, it's just not in the game. Oh, I lied to you. Even Victory Dragon isn't in the game. That's news to me. Since when? I could have sworn it released... It was one of those, like, banned cards that you could see in the game but couldn't craft. Like Pot of Greed and stuff like that. And I figured it was just one of those cards that never really got a printing. Yeah, Victory Dragon is banned in both the TCG and the OCG. But so is Pot of Greed. Right? Anyway. Interesting. Well, I'm going to call it quits there for today's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did indeed enjoy it, like is very much appreciated. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.